What up, Block fam? Welcome to the episode where, we're starting on the bike. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while. A good old-fashioned moto vlog, right? Yeah, I figured it was something that I mentioned in a previous episode that I kind of want to talk to you guys about, you know, in these moto vlogs. It's like just you and me, you know? I feel like there's just been so many changes with the channel, with the brand. Like, there's obviously been a ton of growth, lots of new opportunities, lots of doors open. We've met just some incredible people along the way, and just I am so incredibly thankful and grateful. With all that, there are still some roadblocks, some hurdles, some things that I'm trying to deal with in this thing growing that I didn't really see coming. And that's what we're going to be going over in this episode, kind of talking about those hurdles. And then I would love if any of you guys have advice. Like, this is me being open and honest with y'all. Like, you know, I've always been on this channel just super transparent, talking to y'all about how everything's going. It's, you know, I think I used to do these like once a year or so, like once every 6 months, and I called it like State of the Union kind of thing. It's just like I don't know, letting you guys know what's going on, how I'm feeling, how everything's going with the business, with the brand, with the channel. So let's go ahead and roll intro, and we will get into it. Alright, so you guys will see in my rear view, we do have Wes on the MT-09 face sector, and we're actually headed to meet up with some friends right now for some coffee. Bikes and coffee, never a bad combination. Well, I guess maybe if you have like too much coffee and you're like all super jittery and but even then, it's throttle therapy, right? So this should relax you. Anyways, yeah, we're going to meet up with some friends for coffee. Justin James, Freddie Rods, Lay, and I think maybe one or two other people. And we're going to this place, Snow Pea, Snow Cap, Snow something. Going to enjoy some coffee with friends. Hell yeah! So I made mention in a video recently where I was over at Freak Show Fabrication with Drew. I'm doing more of the marketing, I'm doing more of the paperwork, the correspondence with companies, so it's like the success has actually taken me away from what I want to do. One of the things I find myself doing a lot lately is not so much actually working on bikes, which sucks. The whole reason I started the channel was for the enjoyment and love of motorcycles. I've never worked on motorcycles before, but I learned an absolute ton with basically just jumping in, you know. Dove in with no knowledge, I read a lot on forums, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I learned how to do a lot that grew and grew and grew to the point of, you know, a successful channel. You know, I was basically filming it, documenting it, doing all that stuff with a GoPro, which is what I'm wearing right now. So using the same camera, not the same. Started with the GoPro Hero 4. But you guys know, like, I would do, you know, modifications and builds in like parking lots. You know, it started in parking lots. That's it. Freaking super easy install. And then let's see if the blinkers work. They do. See? Had access to a garage, and then I ended up getting my own one-car garage, and I started getting better tools, and I got a lift, and like it just like progressed, you know, little by little, up, up, up. And it's all thanks to you guys. Because of y'all's support that I've had so many opportunities, and y'all have absolutely changed my life, and I'm forever grateful for that. For those of you that don't know my background, before like quitting my 9-to-5 and doing YouTube full-time, opening a motorcycle shop, I went to school, like graduated, got a degree in graphic design and web development, and I had a specialization in interactive design. And so I basically worked for a creative agency, a software development company, as a creative director. For the longest time, it was mostly me. I was doing the job of like 4 to 5 people. I go really in depth in all of that, like, you know, how this whole journey led to me quitting my job. If you guys want to watch that series of videos, it's pretty lengthy, but yeah, a lot of people really seem to enjoy them. Recorded in a beautiful landscape of Sturgis. So yeah, I ended up quitting my job, and like I said, so that's my background. I'm a creative, a designer. I've got marketing experience because of working with these marketing companies. That's basically been like a really good recipe to be able to run a YouTube channel. Now, whenever we opened up a motorcycle shop, to me, it seemed like the logical next step, and it has been just awesome. Like, we've been able to keep it going for, you know, a little over 2 years now. Starting a business from nothing, like, holy shit. It is so difficult, and there's so many things that you don't think about. Taking it from YouTube to starting a business, it makes it so much, I want to say difficult, but it's just so much more responsibility, so much more to have to worry about. Actually having a legitimate business where you're registered with like the county and the state, you've got employees. Like we basically went from just me, literally just me operating this business, to like having employees, you know, having an editor who's Justin James, having a 27-year master technician who's, you know, Chris, sick wide glide. You know, we had Vinny on board for a little bit. Guess I can give you guys a quick update on Vinny, because a couple of y'all have asked like where he's been. Vinny ended up going back to work at a dealership because one of his big goals in his career was to get his master certification. And you can only get your master certification through Harley-Davidson if you're working for a dealership. And so we basically talked back and forth for his professional development and his goals. You know, we decided it was best for him to go out there and get that. Who knows what the future may hold, but that's what he's doing right now. By the time you guys see this video, I will assume he has already gotten his master certification. Yeah, you guys be sure to go congratulate him at Pretty Vinny. So he is now working over at Teddy Morris. I believe that's the name of the dealership. It's the dealership over in Daytona. So we're back to being a, you know, a one mechanic shop, which, you know, I think is pretty cool. You know, it's like going to a barber shop and it being like a one-chair barber shop, which is specialist, and that's what we do. But along with all of that, you know, came all of the rest of the stuff that you have to worry about whenever you start a business, and I had no, like, just absolutely no experience in that. Whenever I talk to you guys about Captain Anna, so Captain Anna is the one that handled all of that, you know, what I call the bureaucratic red tape. You know, she basically set us up with everything so that we could be operating above board. Blockhead Garage would not be a thing without her, and I cannot thank her enough. We call her Spec Ops. She's like a ninja silently working behind the scenes, and I absolutely love it whenever her and Aaron are able to hang out and be in videos, but you know, they do have pretty busy lives. And big thanks obviously to Captain Anna, because without her, seriously, it would be nothing. With the growth, with the success, with the development, what I have found is that I'm being pulled away from actually working on motorcycles, and that sucks, because my goal, you know, whenever I started this up originally, was I loved working on bikes and I loved like learning, and so I'm still doing that. Chris has definitely taught me a lot. There is so much more to learn from him as well. With how busy and successful, you know, the business has become, it's really difficult to juggle both and have time to be able to like work on my own stuff and continue to learn and continue to grow. And what I've found is that's kind of made me, I'm struggling for words here. It's made me feel like I'm stuck. It's made me feel like I'm in this place where like I'm not growing, I'm not challenging myself, I'm not, and I can, but it's just about finding the time. And that's one of those things, like during this whole journey, is that I've found that's the most difficult thing out of everything. Gotten great at being able to like tell a story and like be authentic and like teach you guys a lot, you know, with Chris kind of taking over some videos, communicating to you guys like the really tech stuff, but in like layman's terms. I think there's a lot of value on the channel, and I hope you guys do too. Had to. Rev on. Yeah. The videos that we're making, and I hope they're insightful. We've been kind of in this place of which direction to take it. There's been lots of talk amongst, you know, myself, Chris, and Justin on the direction to take it. And we've definitely tried to up the quality of it. But then there's this whole side to YouTube that you guys don't see, which is like, it's what I call being a YouTuber before being a motorcyclist. With the way that we're currently set up, we are motorcyclists before we are YouTubers, and we just happen to be on YouTube, we just happen to be filming. And so there's kind of this like line there where like we don't want to change our content too much, but we do want to continue to grow. We do want to have the YouTube side of things continue, we want the shop side of things to continue, and it's kind of like this interesting in between. Like if we go too YouTubery, you know, and like I say that like in a, like YouTube is a blessing and a curse. Mostly a blessing, obviously, but the curse side of it is that like you do have to stay on top of it in order to like have this preferential treatment from the algorithm. You know, I'm sure you guys always hear it, and that's not why you guys are here though. You're not here to listen to like all that business side of things. But yeah, like I didn't upload for 9 days. Like I didn't have a release for 9 days, which I haven't done in like 7 years. Usually it's like we had a release schedule where it was like Saturday, Sunday for a long time, and then I started changing it up just to experiment a little bit. Started doing Monday, Thursdays. That seemed to perform really well. It kind of gave the videos time to like breathe and be on their own instead of like stacking them back to back. I just kind of disconnected, you know. I had been all over the freaking place, you know, like thousands of miles across the country for an event with, you know, Harley-Davidson's production team, which is amazing, like super grateful for it. But it was 30 hours of traveling for like 4 hours of content, which is pretty fucking wild. You guys are gonna see 2 videos out of that, so it'll maybe be 20 to 40 minutes of video for 30 hours of travel, which is amazing. Like the opportunity, like I cannot wait to share with you guys like what's coming up. Huge insight. As soon as I got back from that, I had like 1 day of downtime where I went straight back to work, and then like I ended up driving to Tampa, got on a cruise ship. And I know most of you guys are probably like, oh yeah, like you went on a cruise. But like I was there for work, you know. It was a lot of fun and it was incredibly insightful, but you know, it was still work. I had to have a camera. Couldn't just like sit back and take a break. I think I did for like a day. I ended up going, I got some food, and I just crashed super hard for a couple hours. But going on that trip, man, it made me really realize like that I've been pulled away from what I want to do. That is actually being hands-on and working on bikes and creating. Like I said, like I'm not a business person. We've gotten this far, you know, obviously with the help of the community, with the help of friends, Captain Anna, you know, Justin and Chris, but with all of that, like it has been successful. We've definitely like seen ups and downs, and it's not all like sunshine and rainbows, right? It's totally worth it though, you know. It's like all that hard work and then being able to see a result. It's amazing. It's so freaking worth it. And please don't take this as me complaining. It's just me kind of sharing with like where I'm at, and I guess the I don't even know, like it's like success is kind of a double-edged sword, you know. It's like you've got so much good that I'm incredibly grateful for, and like we're gonna keep on keeping on, keep on busting ass and putting in the work, putting in the time. We've got lots of stuff coming up. You know, I'm running a Blockhead exhaust on this bike, which is just incredible. We've got hard parts coming up that we're going to be doing a lot of testing on. We're on like the precipice of just like massive shit for Blockhead Moto and Blockhead Garage, and I'm so stoked. But with that, it does make me realize like the more success that we see, the more work there is, and we need people. Somebody had commented on that video where I was working with Drew at Freak Show Fab, and I commented saying like the success has pulled me away from being able to work on motorcycles. Somebody was like, oh, there was a fellow creator that said the same thing, and then he fired one of his employees. You know, I'm not going to name names, but y'all probably know who it is. I'm not firing anybody. Like, nobody is leaving. Like, I need more people. It's hard to find good people, you know, but I know that's what we need. Park right here. Be hilarious. Yeah, I know we need people. And so where I'm at, I need somebody that's going to manage the brand. I don't want to be the manager anymore. I want to just give that responsibility to somebody else like Wes. And be able to work on motorcycles. You have no idea what I'm talking about. It's a shame. Just switch to Cardo, bro.
This episode brought to you by Cardo.
Yeah. Hey, there it is. Thanks, Cardo. It's actually not brought to you by Cardo, but just said is. All right, let's get some fucking coffee. No touching the lines. The lines are lava. All right, so her at Snowbean. It's definitely not snowy. It's fucking hot. Oh, do a little pose in the bell. Yeah, I was gonna try it. Oh my God, is this Life of Justin James?
Yeah. No. I want to take it and throw it over.
So Justin's doing this new channel thing called Life of Justin James, where he's like daily vlogging. He's pretty sick. You guys should go check it out.
Aw, thanks, huh? Hey, the cosign. Let's go.
Stop it. I used to do like the daily like creamer pours into coffee on Instagram. Yeah, it'd be funny if it was caffeinated and we just get super high.
I'll just be like,
Yeah. Wes is allergic to caffeine. So.
apparently I ruined it for my body somehow.
It's all the monsters for breakfast in high school.
Rockstar.
Rockstar, my bad.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Look at that.
Everybody get your camera. Get your camera. Slow-mo.
Mine has an open lid. I was gonna shake it.
Alright.
Man, that was... Yours wins, bro.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, with the planes?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a big plane.
So romantic. You want to buy a lock? Do you want me to buy a lock? I know Lay's here, but you know.
Jesus Christ! I didn't even see that one. I like how there's locks on the lock. Wow. Man, people really go all out finding like some crazy locks. Hello, kitty!
Free jet ski.
It's a free boat, too. All right, so we're leaving Snowbean and we're headed to Portillos. So they were talking about going to this place called Hot Dog Heaven, which is like right across this road here. And I was talking about Chicago dogs because they've got Chicago style hot dogs. For those of you that don't know what that is, Justin James, do me a favor, put a picture of a Chicago dog on the screen here. That's a Chicago dog. It's forbidden to put ketchup on it, but they're actually pretty delicious. So here in Orlando, we actually have a Portillos. And Portillos is a really famous restaurant from Chicago. So they've got Chicago dogs, and they've also got lots of other awesome stuff like the cake shake. So yeah, we're gonna head there, have some lunch, and then that'll probably be it. So back to the original topic of the video though. In order for me to best manage the business, in order for me to best manage my time, continue to do what I want, we basically need a business manager to be able to handle all the things that like I'm currently handling so that I can kind of get back to being hands-on, continuing to learn, continuing to grow. So it is a current bottleneck of ours. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing, you know, when you think about it. The fact that this is something that was unforeseen that I now have to think about. I wouldn't have had to think about it had we not grown to the level that we are. And so it's an opportunity that we have to face. I almost said I'm grateful that it's a problem, but you know, whenever you're trying to think in that perspective of positivity and enthusiasm, it's like, I forget who it was that said, oh, it was the boss at my last job actually. He said, we don't have problems, we have opportunities. And damn if that ain't true as hell. Trying to get that gas pump in the shade though. How many of you guys remember the 93 Dead Dinosaurs shirt? That's so random. If you guys want a 93 Dead Dinosaur shirt, check it out in the shop. Anyways, like I was saying, we don't have problems. We have opportunities, and this is an opportunity to rise up to this challenge. I think the correct route to alleviating the bottleneck is bringing somebody on that will be able to manage the brand better than I am. I'm not a businessman. I can realize like my shortcomings and my weaknesses, and that's definitely one of them. So that I can continue doing what I'm good at, continue to feel and have fulfillment, because that's incredibly important. It's one of those things that I've talked about previously, is having that feeling of fulfillment in life, in your career, just in all facets of, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. Despite the success, I am kind of feeling a lack of growth, a lack of challenge, a lack of fulfillment. And so in order for me to continue to do what I want to do, that's where we're at. So I guess if any of you guys out there have business management experience, riding with friends, getting coffee. I love motorcycles, man. Thick dads who vape for Christ.
For Christ.
Nice.
Anybody else? No, I'm not.
Quite the statement.
All right, here at Portillos.
Y'all already know the deal.
Justin, you want to tell us about Portillos since you're from Chicago through and through?
You know, I don't really know much about the history of Portillos, but it's the and I've had it because I grew up on it in Chicago.
This is basically like the restaurant form of like a pacifier for Justin.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know either. Hell yeah. Bro. Justin, what'd you get?
Some hot dogs.
I'm still trying
As
to.
it's finished.
How was that pacifier though?
It happened here when this thing.
Thanks for coming out, dog.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the invite. This is where we part ways.
They're loud. Were those loud?
Take care. Ride safe.
Headed home. Let's put an ending on this f***ing video, eh?
Anyways, once again, thank you guys for watching. Greatly appreciated. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you got some comments, do me a favor, drop it down in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon also so it sends you notifications, future uploads, and activity if you want to continue to see motorcycle content like this. Until next time, you guys ride safe out there, stay vigilant, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.